sir. We have been here since 10:45. It's supposed to be so easy.
No.
You didn't call in Tesla.
I know, huh?
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Oopsie. I'm
What?
trying to share this around right now, so that's why I'm a little distracted.
Turn it off. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so we had a great show. I hope you enjoyed it. We're out.
Goodbye. I
Studio time
gotta
ends.
feed me. Marcy just said she's gonna send me a pizza over here.
I know. Oh no. Hi everybody. Thank you. We didn't exactly go live at 11:30, but we were working out the kinks. And actually, I have to say that our
Producers?
they both said you might want to do a test run first. No, it's fine. I read the directions. I never read the directions. I thought I had it.
He's laughing at you.
So I had this, oh my gosh, I had a wise entry and I typed up this whole thing that the guide said and wanted to tell you. And then we had call-ins and then Nanny Sherwin actually called in and I think I hung up on her and I mean, it was all kinds of fun. But, you know, it's just the way it is, man.
That's the way it is sometimes.
Okay, before we jump off in 5 seconds, will you show me the
Okay,
freaking gift someone sent you?
okay, well, see, okay. You're a little, like, crazy right now.
Oh, just
so you're gonna
don't zoom.
breathe while I'm gonna show off my shit, okay?
I meditated this would be about the time to do it.
I got a package in the mail yesterday from a woman named Paulina Cassidy, and she's an artist, an amazing artist, and she was going through her work, and she found an I guess an older one, I'm not really sure, called Star Fairy. So she said that I needed to have it, and she's right, I did need to have it.
Wait, did she do it before you did Star
This
Fairy?
this is pre Star
Oh,
Fairy.
She did it for you. Hold on.
So here's this, but this isn't really what I want. This is what's for me.
Let me see.
It's so cool, but no, you're gonna just
oh
wait.
Oh my goodness! Holy moly! Oh.
But what I really wanted to show you is that she also sent me her book.
That's where my dyslexia comes in. I can never get it. I always end up going backwards.
Okay, wait.
She has a book?
Look at all this. But wait.
But wait,
Yes,
there's more.
look at all of this out here. I got to do it like this. All of this Alice stuff. And there's this one in particular. Oops, I got to come over here. I just got to flip like this.
I can't read diddly.
Hang on, because it's so cool. So anyway, I was so excited for this, and I took it upstairs, this book, to show my daughter, and she just absorbed it. She was looking at every single piece of art in here.
The detail is incredible.
It really, really is, but there's one that you must see, because it's so Alice Eats the Apple to me.
Is it that one?
No,
Little Red Riding
it's
Hood.
a big one. That's what she said. So let me find this one, because you have to see it. And so, Paulina, thank you so much. And I wish that I had a little bit more. Well, let's see here. I'm not fine. Oh, here it is. Look at this one. This is the one that makes me think of you. Is this one right?
Who, me?
Here, yes.
I love that with the tree growing out of my head.
And she's got her apple in her hand.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But she's got all kinds of references to fantasy in here. Oh my gosh, we are such a professional lot, aren't we?
We are professional.
Okay, so that was Paulina Cassidy. So you can check out her artwork at paulinacassidy.com. And I got really feely yesterday. Thank you, girlfriend, for sending this to me. I kind of balled my brains out a little bit.
There's Heather.
Oh,
And Marcy.
okay, I'm going to try to tap.
playing this weekend?
I'll tag her later.
Okay.
Okay, so now what else? You had this whole thing that you started on this morning. Let's start with that. Do you remember it? You had a big, smart topic.
Okay, so we really did, and it was basically. Oh man, I don't know if I can go there right now. It is. We had this. Are you laughing at me?
No,
I think you
it's
might be laughing. Okay, I was laughing. No, so we were talking about the heart. I mean, we're just going to dive right in, and we're going to like cliff note this bad boy. So we're talking about the heart and how I have always said, and I've always thought that if we quiet the brain, the heart comes through, and it's that the brain is kind of the bad guy. The brain is sort of that. It's filled with all of the accumulated nonsense,
bullshit,
filters, assumptions, like punching little holes in your psyche, and perceptions or distortions. I love the word distortions. And today I realized that's not the case. It's not. The brain is just showing you where things need to be fixed. You know, it's sort of like the television and being mad at the TV because it brings you bad news. So the brain is what shows you on your internal, therefore outside view of what's going on in your heart and your field and your emotion. And I think that is really a cool thing. I mean, that was a cool realization.
You know what it kind of reminds me of too is that, and I think we spoke about this last week about surrendering, because the brain is all about thinking and figuring out, but the heart is about just going with it and trusting in faith. So when you're kind of talking about this, it makes me feel like all of the surrendering I've been doing recently. Get out of that head and come inside here.
See, I completely agree. And I think, though, I think that that's what I've always thought. And I was talking to someone once, and I realized we just like absolutely dived in. I had this long, really cool thing that I wrote. Well, I thought it was cool. And I went, I was thinking about your brothel comment last week. Right. She was talking about how bleed-throughs, and right now, oh my goodness, the veil is getting thinner and thinner by the moment. Yes. And we're having these bleed-throughs, these memories, and these really imaginative scenarios, and they're coming through in dreams, and they're coming through in just thoughts. And I think sometimes when I get upset or I get emotional about something, I wonder, where is this coming from? Because it's not illicit. This morning we had like a really shit fit in my house, and I did not handle it well, and I really didn't handle it well. My poor child. But he antagonized and was really interesting. And I'll save that for a different day. But it made me think, where did our relationship, is our relationship from now, or is it from lifetimes ago, and it's now catching up, and we're experiencing this, and all of this stuff is coming up for us to work on? Well,
you know what? Is this kind of along what you're thinking too? Because I keep finding these other pieces of me, fractals of me. Literally, I'm putting pieces of me back together through my higher self's concurrent incarnations. So some of the things that I'm working through now are from other wins and other versions of myself. I took on a big load, so I had to do a lot of work for a lot of it. Yeah, I'm so loaded, I wish.
No. Well, no, I do believe that is the case. And it's funny because I'm having, Cynthia Sue Larson is going to be on the show, and she's this PhD brilliant mind who is so kind, and she talks a lot about parallel universes and other dimensions happening all at once. And so I also wonder about that, like if things are coming in sideways, like coming in not from the past but from the future. Yes.
And how do you even you don't always know. I think some people might know, and some people might be able to differentiate and say this isn't from this right now. But that's where our brains come in, and we try to assign these current feelings, or whatever they are, we try to assign them to something real in our lives right now. And you know what we do though sometimes is we actually create a problem. Because for me, many times, a lot of the shit that I was going through was past life stuff, or from somewhere else, or somebody else's business altogether, but I didn't know that. So I would think, okay, what's going on in my life right now? I'm struggling with my husband or whoever, there's plenty. So then I would create a real struggle. Now I'm trying to fix this thing, and then it took me a long time to realize this wasn't the problem in the first place. So I don't need to solve this one. It doesn't have anything to do with this. But so many times I created more problems for myself, not realizing that the feelings that I was having was from something else altogether that was just triggered by my right now experience. So sometimes, if you're flipping out about something and it doesn't seem reasonable, that's a trigger from something else.
It very well could be.
And then you know what? You touched on something earlier, is that, and if you do find something like that, part of my problem was that I wanted to dig deep and I wanted to clean all that stuff up. And I'm now learning how to not focus on that so much, and just, how did you say to get rid of it? And what were you saying to me earlier?
Well, okay, so I do feel very strongly about that, and it's a really, really fine, thin line, because there are those that have a lot of shit going on that don't want to deal with it, and it's like, the finger in the dam, and maybe there's so much behind that dam that you really have to keep it together for various reasons. And so there is kind of peeking behind the veil and trying to go into the pain, but then you just get stuck, and you get stuck in the process. Okay, so I was working with someone, very brave, beautiful person, and she was saying, well, I've always operated under this idea that we have to go in and take out all the distortions. We have to go in and we have to remove it, and we have to find the origin, and we have to, in order to heal it, we have to really get in there and clean that sucker out. Eric, you're Eric. He said, well, yeah, I guess if you want to. He said, but that seems like a lot of work. And he said, wouldn't it be easier if we just like wrapped it up, wrapped it around a rock and threw it in the ocean? And I think that there's a lot to be said for that.
Let's trash compact that shit.
Well, Matt Kahn, I love Matt Kahn's work. And he had said at one point too, he said, the way the universe works, whatever you focus on is what you get, right?
Hello.
So if you're focusing on, this happened and that happened and this in my childhood and that, and I think this past life, and I think, because how many past lives do we have? I mean, you could probably spend any time to do that. And so, yeah. And so it is, we end up, I get really, really disjointed. So I get in a flow and then I lose it. But it is.
Squirrel at a rave.
I'm not a squirrel at a rave. Well, maybe I am right now. But Mac, what he says is the universe will say, you like to do this? Okay, fine. We'll give you more. We'll give you more to work with. And I do think that can be true too.
That is true. That's what I was told too, is that you're creating more problems for yourself by focusing on it. Whatever you focus on, the universe will bring you. I don't want to do this shit anymore. I don't want to do this shit anymore. Then you're going to keep doing that shit because you're focusing on that. So rather than that, you focus on what you do want. And don't even, got to remember that too, that whole manifesting word of want.
Okay, but that's the fine line right there. That's the fine line. I mean, like how do we go in, clean it up, clean it out,
I know,
keep moving, but don't dwell.
That is a tricky one. That is a fine balance. And I'm working on that right now because I want to work through my stuff, but I don't want to overwork.
Well, yeah, but what if we work on our stuff until we're 95 years old and we're like, shit, now I'm dead, I'm tired. I mean, that can be old too.
And I know. And they just tell you, you can just choose to just be done with it.
Well, that's
easier said than done.
Eric's like, if you fucking want to do it, you can do it. Or you can back up and just say, no, it's okay. I choose to lump all of these things with that person in my life into a little ball, love it, understand it, and then keep it going.
And we're offering these perspectives, but they're not going to work for everyone. But if they do work for you, get rid of that whole garbage in one shot. But some people have to do it the hard way, and that's okay.
I did. In my 20s, I went through and did a lot of, and this is what I saw. So I went in, and for a year, almost a solid year, I just did my work. It was like I took this big old person with me, and I was carrying this bag in with me. And then I went like, do I like this? Is this mine? Is this my mother's? Is this my grandmother's? Nope, I don't like that one. Ooh, yeah, I love this one. And you just sort of dig out and you identify who you are. How did we get off on this? Anyway.
Well, we're down the rabbit hole. That's where it took us.
Ooh, you know what happened? So I was talking the other night, guides popped in, and you know what I want to do?
What do you want to do?
There are so many distortions. There's so many things that we walk past every day, all day long. We never question.
I know.
And it's so fascinating. Like, why do we eat octopus? That's not on my list. But octopus are really smart. Why do we eat dolphins?
Yeah.
Why do we eat dolphins? I think we eat porpoise, but are pigs really smart?
They're super smart.
Why do we eat them? It seems a little bit
good.
Well, yeah, but there are things that we don't question. And I have a whole list of these things, and it's just the way things are. And I'm wondering if at some point, hundreds of years from now, they'll look back and say, why did they do it that way?
Yeah.
And
don't you crack up at like the laws from like 1898 or whatever it was, the ridiculous laws that and some of them are still in play, nobody obeys them. But yeah, we just change and we think, what the fuck were we thinking? We're going to do it too.
Or mercury. That was the fix-all for everything. You took a mercury shot, and then of course you came home and you went nuts, and that didn't really work so well. But I wonder, like, why didn't they? They just didn't have the information, and that's what it is that there's so much information, and sometimes things have to catch up to the information. All right, guys, we're gonna say hi.
Did anybody try to call yet? I don't even know.
No, we didn't. We're not.
We're not doing that.
We're not gonna. We're not. Yeah, Chris is like, no, don't.
Not
That's
today.
what we've been doing. So we have this great call-in show. We have this great software, and it's so fancy schmancy. But no, I'm not doing a burner phone. I told my husband, I said, guess what? I have a burner phone. He's like, something you want to talk about? I'm like, well, if I want to talk about it, I would have told you.
How much do you know? We heard that one earlier.
Yeah, Chris's mom. So you want to go?
No, I'm trying to find Joyride so I could look for questions and comments.
Hi, Emma.
Oh, look, wait, we got Emma. Look at. I have to say something to Emma.
I got my Christmas card too.
Oh, see, okay, wait. Emma, Predij, Korch, Duggan, Galug, Nianjar to you too. I love you.
She wants you to hold it up.
Merry Christmas, girlfriend. Oh, and just so you know, I think I'm going to be joining you out in California.
Yeah, so we're doing a show in California, like a panel, and anyway, we're putting it together right now, and it should be really, really fun. So I sent Emma, someone sent me a message in a different language that I did not understand, and so I sent it to her, and I said, is this part of your group? She said, why is someone sending you something like this? But she never told me what it meant. Like, you're not supposed to know. Maybe that was a bad thing. Let's get darker outside. So that's funny. So Marcy's coming to visit us too. But
Yes, I have a date. Are you going to be here this weekend? I have a date with her.
You know my big Christmas that I do with my family at the lake?
Oh, okay.
I thought it was next weekend because it was supposed to be next weekend. And then my mom was like, no, it's this weekend. So we went back and forth, and I would have completely missed Christmas. We would have just not shown up because I thought it was next weekend. So yes. So I'm going to hopefully meet up with you guys Friday night.
Okay, let's do Friday. Okay, cool.
Because we're going Saturday morning. So this show is really sporadic and spastic, so I apologize, guys. And
we got discombobulated with all the techie probs.
We did, but you should see it. It looks like, I don't know, the HV guy, not HVAC. I was thinking HVAC. So, so let me put it out there. We really are going to do call-in shows, and the way that I would like to, what's the word, kind of lay the show out is, we'll have a theme for that show, and we'll have some fun things to talk about, and then the rest of the show will be talking to you guys. And so that's you,
That's
man.
me. Sorry.
So we can't wait. And if there is anything that you guys want to talk about, just drop it in the comments and head over to Alice Eats the Apple too. Right now I merged the two pages, but eventually we will go completely to Alice Eats the Apple, and also the YouTube channel.
Yeah, and you know, you have this huge base already, so you already kicked my ass in views. So go to Silver Linings and subscribe. So because I'm going to be like I'm going to race with her, an unofficial race.
Well, you know, this is all from Joyride.
I know. I had to start from scratch.
Poaching on the Joyride platform.
You're riding on the ride.
Yeah. So anyway, please drop in stuff you would like to talk about. I really want to hear that. And if any of you guys have seen the bowler hat guy, let me know.
Yeah.
Message me. I'm not telling. You have to tune in and find out.
He was a little creepy.
Well, I took that. It was in a shop, and so I took a picture, and I found this app that makes things move, and so it was really, really kind of cool. But if you've seen him, it's the guy in the black trench coat with a bowler hat. So
see the man in black that's following me around Seattle? Is that the one?
I think
Portland.
Everybody's
sorry.
in a trench coat.
Oh, okay.
There, right?
That's true. It's raining all the time.
So anyway, so let me know, and there are going to be some mystical and interesting and mysterious things. Yes, you got it. You're either doing the luau, the do. Yeah. So that's about it. Sorry, short and sweet.
Yeah, we had a mini one today, but we did it. You did it. She worked so hard.
No, we didn't.
We almost did it. We did it close enough for our first attempt. How's that? Give her some big props because she's film frustrated.
I'm bright red. It is. I know I got frustrated, but it's anyway. It is what it is. You know, life is not perfect, and
true that.
A little bit messy. So when it is perfect, then you really appreciate it.
That's true.
Or you just work too darn hard for it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, and we will catch you next week. Yep.
All right.
Take care.
Bye.